you today. Now I'm gonna do it real quick live stream unboxing. So it made it in all the way from Japan, I hope, and we've got the brand new Steez reel. Hopefully, let me move some of these out of the way. So these are, as you guys know, what I already have the Steez Limited. That's, you don't belong in there. That's a lose Elite TI. There's the HLC. So this unboxing is the new Steez that I've seen some people say it's more like the Zillion over there than it is the old outgoing Steez, or what is typical of the Steez HLC, which I think you can still buy. I don't know if they're still making these. They're still available. But the Steez A2 is aluminum. This is magnesium and looks more like the Zillion in some ways. So I've yet to see anybody do a complete like deep dive into does anything interchange from one to the other or not. And this better be what is in this box. So Digitaka, straight out of Japan. Digitaka sticker that I probably have a ton lying around I never use. What is that doing with the Shimano Vanford? We don't want no Vanford. We don't need no stinking Vanfords around here. So anyway, let me set that out of the way. All right. And what do we got here? Instagram. No, thank you. Don't worry, guys. TikTok's still live right now. TikTokers, for all you TikTokers out there. TikTok's still a-going, boys. And I made a, one of those goofy, like, little shorts talking about, because the girls, they all like have TikTok, and then so I did it all stupid like, and somebody commented, I don't know if they were being facetious also, but like, we say you're hillbilly without saying you're a hillbilly kind of thing, I'm like, yeah, okay, dude. SV TW at 100 extra high, because we like to go fast, right? We're like Ricky Bobby. If you're going slow, you ain't winning. So anyway, let's get this thing unpackaged. I'm anxious to see it, even though I've seen one up at Roger Sporting. Is that a CD? What is in there? Let's just look real quick. There's a bunch of something right in there, and we ain't got time for that black envelope. I don't know what it is, but we'll look at that later. Put that up. Let's get into the heart, the meat, and the potatoes. Oh, wow, look at this fancy cloth. Wow, man, that's soft. All right, nothing else, no oil, nothing like that comes with Daiwa reels. Let's just see. Let me make sure. First of all, I hope I got an extra high. I hope I got a right-handed one, because every once in a while they will pull a fast one on you. So take that out. Daiwa Steez. Now, technically, you can use these. These can go right across while you got a rod on. So you can put this thing, slide it on. But you guys know me. I use the socks, and I do use these. And if you lose them, it's no big deal. It's literally just a sock cut up, turned inside out. Works awesome to protect your reels when they're on rods. But you could use this if you wanted to. Like I'd heard a few other people, I think Trey Harple, a couple others, like, why doesn't they should just give you something like this for every one of their reels. But anyway, there the beauty is. Let's set that out of the way. Let's get this wrapping stuff out of here. So Steez TW SV. I'll try to hold it where you guys can see it. Oh boy, listen to that. Clicky click, clickety click. Now I don't know if I'm going to do it right now in this unboxing, but I'm going to see what it takes to get in there and move that. Oh, I need to look in that thing and see the wrench. But we're going to test that. Speaking of that zero adjuster, which I'm sure I maybe will adjust, but somebody said that they technically don't think you can. Like that doesn't work like that. You can't move it and it will tighten this or not, which I'll find that out. But what I wanted to see first is, okay, so there's no wiggle room, no side-to-side play, but it feels very free. So that is actually perfect if you're, it's got, I can tell there's just a little bit. See how it stops right there? It's probably got just a touch, which that's almost the way I like it. I don't know if I've got any of my reels that, they all have line on them, but let me see if I've got any. That one I've got set kind of tight. That's got the aftermarket spool in it. And it's, for some reason, I think it's a little tighter. Let's see what I've got. So yeah, see if you can tell, all my reels stop. They're free, but there's the slightest adjustment just to where like a 1/16 ounce drops. So I wanted to also, most of you guys seen the unboxings on these, so I just wanted to kind of compare some things to these, like which one's which ones. Let me try to get them all out here just so you guys can see them. So we got the Zillion, the new one, and then we'll use here, let me move a couple out of the way. So we got Zillion, brand new one, and let's use okay, here's a 7-to-1. This is the, this is the, let's do the 8. That's 8 5-to-1. So use this is the shallow spool. See, it's pretty free, but it feels about like what this one does. So that's probably set. I'll probably leave it alone, but I will at some point look and see if you can adjust it or not, just because other people had asked me about it. These you can definitely, I can easily just come in here and I guess I really hate to, let me do this one. Let me go back to this one. So this one I put an aftermarket one on, then I adjusted it, but it's still got enough of a knurling. I can loosen it. See how I freed that up? So still, I can't feel it side to side, but it's definitely looser, and it's way too, I hit the, what you call it. So when you get it one with the 0 adjust setting, that's the thing is, even though you can't feel side to side, it could be different in others. And you may have a reel that has a slight tension on it, and you're wondering, like, why can't I cast that reel so much easier? Or like, not necessarily cast it, but like if you're using it for, skipping or flipping or something, like, why does that one so much easier and it never backlashes? It could be just because your 0 adjuster is a click tighter, than the other reels that you're using, kind of thing. So anyway, we'll get into that more detail. But I wanted to look at first on these, and hello, I don't even know, are we? Wait a minute, dude. You Sean Vom Land. Don't get me wrong. I got a few reels, or have had tons in the past from AliExpress, but there's a huge difference between Daiwa, Shimano, and then AliExpress, or even Luz and Abu Garcia, because it's not propaganda. Now, is it needed? No. You do not need this reel to go out and catch fish. Does it make you feel better? Oh, yes. So, just real quick, before we go jumping the gun, already been called out for being a Daiwa fanboy, which I'm not, but so yes, I agree. This is an awesome reel right here. You can still get these, not in this form, from AliExpress that look just about like a Steez, but the internals are totally different. But that the Lingle is an awesome reel for like $70, but it is nowhere near on the same par as what these are for overall. It'll get the job done. Probably hard use in 2 to 5 years. It's probably going to be worn out, the gears, just like the old Daiwas. You could wear out the old Daiwa gears, hard using them in a year or two, the old aluminum ones. They get geary. They still work, but they get a little more geary feeling and stuff, which has gotten better. Now, I'm with you as far as the best reel coming out from AliExpress is probably these. This reel right here, the Habo Arise. These are awesome reels. They feel very good. They're the closest I've found anyway from AliExpress that get you within range of a higher end reel. But they're still not. They're probably like what I would call the Abu Garcia. Like they're about equivalent to the Luz and the Abu Garcias, which even this Abu Garcia right here, this Luz right here, I'm still yet to see how well I like it. But nothing coming out of AliExpress is on par with Daiwa or Shimano, hands down. No reel is. I haven't tried the new baits reels or whatever, but no reel made to date compares to Daiwa and Shimano. Now, no reel really compares to the overall just refinement and smoothness of technically the Steez reels. The Zillion is very close, but you technically lose a little. You definitely lose a little with weight because they don't make a Zillion in magnesium. Then kind of Shimano's kind of went the other way. They got the metaniums, but they're not really focused on total, like making super lightweight ones. They're pretty lightweight, but then their flagship is actually oh shoot, the name's escaping me right off the top of my head, but they're not really worried about weight at all with that one. Actually, they're building those more like tanks to be durable and whatever. You got the Calcutta Conquest, and then the Antares. That's what I was thinking of. The Antares is more. They're kind of the opposite of what this direction they've went with the Steezes. Now the Steez A's are more of your workhorse, whatever. But so no, they are not the same. Yeah, from Germany. Well, Gesundheit. But anyway, John Koo Aries is excellent. Yeah, I've seen a lot of the different ones. I'm just saying that although they may be good reels, they're just not on par with what some of these the higher end. I would even put, because I'm thinking about getting one, those Tatulas and the Tatula Elites are probably, in my opinion, going to be a longer lasting reel than almost every other one. Same thing with the, I don't know about the Corrados, the latest gen. They've got like 8 different Corrados. Same thing with Tatulas, but on the higher end and then your mid-range Shimanos and Daiwas, like they're hard to beat. Like the Bantam from Shimano, that is a awesome reel, just heavy like a tank. So let's finish up here, and then we can talk more about if you want to start discussing reels. Looking at these, like I can see where it does look. It looks like these two had a baby, and that's what they had. Because back here, if you guys see this back part is definitely wider, more like the Zillion. It narrows up a lot right here on the Steez. The thumb bar is definitely more like the Zillion. This is just straight across. These are that more, it's just to that side, whatever side you're going to be hitting it with your thumb kind of thing. If you can see that. Let's just try and see if the side plates are close on any one of them. I don't know if I've watched anybody do that. So let's pop off side plates. And then we'll go more into detail, but I just wanted to. Now the spools are different, so I'm just going to pull spool and all out. And then we'll see if how close I don't think either side plate is going to fit this reel, but we'll see roughly which one comes the closest. So the newer spool is definitely wow. Yeah, 2 mil. This is 32. This is 34 of all your other ones. So let's just set that down for a minute. Let's take all 3 apart. Oh, this one's in here. Actually, I kind of like that part. I don't like this when you're trying to do jerk baits, but that's the only negative. Come on. Get out of there. Let's set stuff down. All right, so I'm going to just use this to see first. Okay, this is a whole shorter reel. For sure, that one is way off. There's no way it would even come close to fitting. And I think this one's going to be way off too, if I'm not mistaken. So yeah, they've totally... If I had to compare them, what we're going to do now is we're just going to see if this is definitely... I think they made the reel a touch smaller, but I think they may have made that reel a touch smaller. Let's just see which one would be more... That actually fits right up along there. I mean, it's not going to work, but it's not too far off. it's not a long ways off. Let's compare them like this. So yeah, let's look. Let's just kind of take a gander what we got going on here. That's kind of weird. The locking part, the button comes off with the Zillion and it stays on with this reel. But that part is very much the same, and I'll talk about something else here in a minute. So let's compare. Here's the new one with. Okay, so if you want my honest opinion, I'm going to give you my honest opinion by what they've done. This Steez is less like the new Steez than the Zillion, and I'm going to tell you why. So if you look at this, sort of the overall, like more of a bulbous shape and how it kind of is the same way in the back, is also because this top plate, if you guys remember, the top plate is plastic on the Zillion. And if you can see these screws right here, this reel is designed like this reel, that it has a plastic top plate. I don't know if you'll be able to hold it right, if you can see. So this piece right here definitely will come off just like what the Zillion does. So, and then if you go looking at kind of how the side pieces are, the form, and then if you see how the Steez has got that older school where the screws out here kind of thing. It got the hump. It's more kind of separated looking instead of one solid thing. So yeah, this reel, in my opinion, although I think every part of it is different, nothing will interchange as far as the hood pieces won't interchange. I think the buttons would. I think, no, they narrowed the buttons up too. So yeah, it's a narrower. So honestly, they took this technology and they designed this magnesium and turned it into a Steez, which is fine with me. They kind of kept it looking like the Steez, maybe as much or more than the Zillion, but I think part of that is maybe they already had it planned down the road, but the Zillion was so popular and palmed so well that they're like, the evolution is they needed something. I think the Steez A in its form, in aluminum, being a workhorse, is the perfect size. I think for the guys wanting a little more finessey, they needed to separate it, even over the Zillion kind of thing. But the CT, if you guys know what I'm talking about, I don't think the CT has went over as well as they thought it would, because it's more off of like what the Alphas size-wise is. So when you grab it, like for the guys at palm, but with bigger hands, you can literally put your thumb up there to where the T-wing will rub it. So anyway, I just, you guys tell me, like it looks, let's put these out side by side where you can see them. It definitely looks more, it reminds me, but Shimano did it years ago, but they didn't even change the frame. They took the Corrado, which was a cheaper reel than the Chronarch, the Corrado E, and they just turned it into the Chronarch E and changed a few things. And they charge more money for it. But the fact that they took this reel is what I think. They took that newest kind of design with the plat. So technically this reel should not feel as cold as what the Steez A or any of the older Steez SVs or whatever. Technically, I think, with your thumb or whatever. But I still feel that this reel wasn't that. I still felt that reel got cold in the winter. to me, my hands. Okay, I'm going to explain to you. I have no idea how to say whatever your header name is, but well, see, here's the thing. I'm not a fan of ceramic bearings because they're loud. So what I am a fan of, and I don't even know what the difference is, but I'm telling you right now, these, and Shimano has them too. You can tell, look, they're just not the average bearings you'd buy over the counter. And I'm going to knock on, I got to find some wood. Oh, here's some wood. I have not ever had an issue with Shimano or Daiwa bearings. I've had an issue with AliExpress aftermarket reel knob bearings. Hear that? That's because these aren't the bearings that came on the, I think I left the bearings that came with these, with the knobs, and then put aftermarket ones. But, whoa, look out there. Easy now. I'll explain to you why. Why should you buy a Shimano or Daiwa reel when the components in the reel are the same components in a $50 AliExpress Temu reel? First of all, I've never had a TikTok or Temu. Now, AliExpress I did get onto. So, the main reason why is you will, well, there's two reasons. There's kind of a legacy thing. So, if you don't know, these spools, now they just switched. They will have to, maybe now, if they're going to make this like a standard size, and as reels come out, you'll be able to interchange spools in reels. So let me explain this to you. This reel here was expensive. Listen, a touch on the geary side maybe, but still works like a champ. I forget when this reel come out. It's been abused. It's been boat rashed. It's been beat up. I can take this reel in all its glory, and if I can find a penny. Oh my God, penny for your thoughts. Oh look, a wheat penny. Look at that. Got a wheat penny just laying there. Just found it laying on the ground. But so, there's two reasons. One of is just they will last. I guarantee you it's going to take some of the higher end reels, and I don't know, the Habo Rise may be good that will last. But if you get any frame, now if you're just using it just for BFS, that's what I've said before. If you're just using, say, 10-pound test line or less, like 8 or 6, and you're not going to put the reel under too much stress, a carbon frame reel will probably, could technically last forever. But if you're out there and you're trying, some of these reels that are out there, and I'm going to put Cast King in that thing. I don't like Cast King either. But what it'll allow you to do, as of right now, that you can still buy the Steez A spool is also the same. Now the Steez, the HLC, it's different, 36 millimeter. But I could take the technology that they've come up with now in this SV Boost shallow spool, and it will go right into, it should, the old, which one's the thing? They all look alike when they're like that. It'll go into the old reel, and look at that. I've got a reel that's got SV Boost. However many, I don't even know how many decades is that. It's not two. Is it 2 decades old now? I don't know. But so that's one reason. Just the fact a lot of guys like Daiwa reels that hold this spool, and then they can, and some guys swear by it. They can take, and I agree. And a lot of it is probably just for the fact that this magnet housing in here over the years could be different or whatever. But a lot of guys will swear by, you can take a spool out, if I can get it out. So you can take this spool out, and in other reels, sometimes it just feels better in other reels. There's type R spools. There's spools down through the years. Some of them, some guys swear by longer distance, or some of the older spools way before they had the SV and stuff, for distance cast and all kinds of stuff. There's a lot of reasons why that reason on the spool, but then just durability on how long they will last. I'm not talking about boat rash and rash up, but the $25, $79 AliExpress reels are going to, I don't know if they'll wear out 2-3 times as fast to justify the price. And trust me, there's nothing wrong with it. If you want to stick with AliExpress wheels, more power to you, because I'll be honest, that you can get the job done. I've said that for nowadays, that most of the reels coming out, unless they're the true junk ones on AliExpress, they are good, working, pretty good reels. Because I put up that Abu Garcia I just showed you, MG Extreme 2, that reel came out at $500. I put it up against a $39 Abu Garcia Black Max, and we were throwing a frog about, may have been this exact frog. I can beat it with the $500 reel, the $40 reel. I can beat it, but like by 4 feet, by like just a few feet. I could not, get the Black Max to beat the MG Extreme 2, but you're talking $450 difference. Way lighter, there's a lot of reasons why you might want that one over the Black Max, but you can get it done with these cheap reels. Don't get me wrong. What are you doing? So anyway, you going where?
Class.
I'm in the middle of a live stream. Oh my God. Okay, I got to cut this short, guys. I'm going to come back later, if not tonight or tomorrow, but I just wanted to get that out there and look at the comparison. But I would still say this is basically more expensive version. It's a baby Zillion over a new Steez. But if that's a new Steez, it's fine. It'll be a good one. And yes, there's a difference, but go back and watch my other video. I've taken apart a lot of the AliExpress and a lot of the Daiwa reels. There's definitely a little bit of difference. Thanks for watching.